Hey guys, and welcome to the newest episode of Bluray Tuesday with Terrell. Hey guys, so Happy New Year! A lot of things have changed, kinda, sorta. Like, I grew some hair. See, look at this. Yes, I got a fresh blowout, got a perm, and we good. But anyways, we here, it's 2023. I hope you guys had a great 2022 and New Year's Eve weekend and all this good stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. And do you like my hair, y'all? Hold on. Let me just fix this up a little bit for y'all. All right, so we're here. New year, new me. So 2022 was a great year for movies, for film in general, and 2023 looks like it's very promising. So this episode, I do want to go over a couple of releases that came out 2022 that were personal to me that I liked. There's a lot of cool movies that came out, a lot of cool Blu-ray releases. A lot of the boutique labels did their thing with their releases, but this episode, I want to talk about a couple of my favorite releases that came out in 2022. So we're gonna get that out the way real quick here, and we're gonna get into this episode. So, the first release that I loved earlier last year was The Batman, that released in theaters early, I think, like March, I believe. So this movie was crazy. I love The Batman. It's my favorite superhero on DC. He has the best villains. Like, all his villains are great. They're all iconic. They all can do their own thing. Like, Joker got his own fucking movie. Catwoman could have her own movie. Two-Face, you could do a Harvey Dent thing. They're supposed to do a TV show for the Penguin. These characters are iconic. So The Batman came out, and I was super skeptical because it's Robert Pattinson. Y'all seen Twilight, Anyway, so Batman came out, and it was pretty good. So I got this release at Walmart. This is the Walmart exclusive. It comes with this little box, and it has this, has my girl Catwoman, Zoe. She's amazing. Isn't she gorgeous in that movie? And then here's the 4K release. So I did get the Steelbook as well, but I kind of like this edition. I don't know. It's like it comes with this cool little easel that you can display like over your bookcase or wherever you carry your display stuff. And I don't know. The Batman was one of my top films of the year. I'm not going to rank anything right now, but definitely listen to, guys, so just so you know. I also am going to be on the Overlook Hour, episode 397. That's going to drop later this week, so make sure y'all listen to that. And you can get my top 5 horror films of the year, and we go all in, and it's really fun. We had a lot of fun, a lot of shade was thrown, a lot of movies we talked about, so y'all definitely check that out for sure. But right now, today, we're just going to talk about stuff that I liked that were released on Blu-ray. Another one that sits home with me is both of these releases. Paranormal Activity. Every year when I talked about this a lot, like on streams, I talked about this, and when it came out, but this box set is so cool to me. Like, even the side here with all the releases, it has the hand. Isn't that so cool? And it's found footage. If you guys are into found footage like me, this is a great set. I remember every year, kind of like the Saw films. When Saw came out every year, I was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen next? What kind of twist they're gonna do? And this series did the same thing. Like, okay, what is Toby gonna do next? Well, we didn't know his name was Toby to the end. But anyway, so this movie was great. The first one, when I seen it in theaters, I was terrified. I could die. I went home with the bed with the lights off. I made sure my sheets was tucked in because ain't nobody pulling me out the bed because that, an experience. But anyway, so this comes with reversible cover art. So this is like the new art. And then if you flip it, there also has the reversible art. So if you guys like the original artwork for all the releases, it definitely has that. Isn't that awesome? So this is loaded with bonus features on each film. It also has my favorite. If this is underrated. Y'all need to check this out. The Marked Ones is arguably the best one in the series. It's supposed to be a spinoff, but it brings it back to part 1. This movie is great. It's scary. Great storytelling. The great acting from the 3 main leads. And I can't talk about this highly enough. Again, this one also it's pretty much the same, but it also has the original artwork on the inside. And I like these clear cases. I think this is awesome. So this is why this is in my top releases of the year. It also includes not 1, but 2 exclusives in this box set. You get The Unknown Dimension. It's a full-length documentary on each of the films and Paranormal Activity as a whole and its legacy. And the Paranormal Activity Next of Kin, the reboot/remake. This is on Paramount Plus if you guys haven't seen it. And this is not released anywhere but this Blu-ray box set. Or you can just watch it on Paramount Plus if y'all got the coins to do that. But yeah, I think this is an amazing set. And again, I talk about this a lot, but I think this is really awesome. So that's why this is in my list. All right, the next one up is Charmed. I got this one for Christmas. This is a Christmas gift. And I love Charmed, The Power of 3. And yes, so this is great. So the first 3 seasons, you know, it had Prue, Alyssa Milano character, and who's Phoebe, and Piper. My favorite was Piper, the one in the middle. She was the middle sister. Anyways, the ones that like free shit, that was my favorite. But yes, the first 3 seasons had those bitches. The first 3, these 3. So it's cool to have individual sets, and this is the original seasons, arguably people's favorites. But Alyssa Milano and Shannon Doherty, they did not get along. So if y'all know about Now 210, Shannon Doherty did not get along with her female co-stars. They did not like each other. And back in the 90s, Shannon Doherty was like the bad girl of teen dramas. They couldn't get along. Alyssa Milano was like not having it. So they argued so much that they got the bitch off the show and they killed her off. And they got a new girl, which starred Rose McGowan, who took over the rest of the season. So seasons 4 through 8, which are here, you got Rose McGowan. She played Tatum in Scream. Y'all know Rose McGowan. She played the younger new sister. She was a half white lighter, half witch. So she finished off the rest of the seasons. This show is everything to me. I used to watch Buffy all the damn time, Dawson's Creek, all that shit on the WB. And I love Charmed. The power of 3 will set you free. Or I guess 4, because there was 4 of these bitches. You might be 5. I could join them. How about that? I live in San Francisco, too. Anyway, so Charmed is amazing. Power 3. And there's a lot. I love every season had something cool. Like the first couple seasons were very Monster of the Week. And then it got very, like, drama heavy. And, like, magical beings are taken after them. Their powers elevated. I don't know. I love it. They had a reboot show that didn't have the same, like, love and chemistry that I feel like that this one did. But, yeah, Charmed. I was so glad this was on Blu-ray. I think Buffy need to be on Blu-ray next, even though they fucked that shit up, so they can't really do much with that because of the licensing with the songs, and I guess a lot of the HD stuff, like they filmed it, like a lot of the night scenes at daylight, so if you try to amplify that, you're gonna see people in the background because it's daytime. Vampires don't walk in the day. Oh, unless you're on Twilight, ask Pattinson. But anyway, so that was that. So the next one is not my favorite movie at all, but I like this slipcover, and it's Morbius. This is my favorite slipcover of the year, I feel like, in the sense of I like lenticular stuff, and I don't remember anything else, if y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, that had cool slips like this. I like this. Look at this. He turned ugly to uglier. This movie was not good. It's a snooze fest. I mean, it's all right for what it was, but this ain't it. But I like this slipcover. Isn't it nice? So it's nothing. I'm not talking about that no more. All right, The Sadness. This is the next one that I just enjoyed. I like the slipcover for one. I like that it has a reversible cover art and it has a clear case. It has a lot of bonus features on this. And when I watched this, my mouth was open, more than usual. But The Sadness, this shit creeped me out. It was weird. Asians scare me enough. And then you see this movie, I'm like, fuck! On that train, a guy is fucking a bitch with an umbrella. That is nasty. What's she? Oh! And then it's just so crazy. Like, gross. And they be fucking. They were fucking a lot in this movie. And it was too much blood to be fucking. They had orgies. They were ooh and ah. It was not it. No. Anyways, this movie's great though. Sadness. All right. The next one up is X. So, this is one of my favorites of the year, yes, but this slipcover is very basic, and I just want to bring that to y'all attention. I like the X. I like the bloody X. Pearl had a cool one, too. They had the X in the background, and Walmart had their cool exclusive. But this one, I just want to say, this needed to get a better release. This needed a 4K release, a steelbook, some type of shit, because this movie was amazing. Slashers are steadily heading back to the theaters. You had a horny-ass grandmama trying to get some dick, and that's why she was mad that she was killing people. Like, this movie was crazy, right? Had Jenna Ortega. She's been doing great with all these movies. Wednesday Addams, shout out to her. Scream 6, March 10th. But X. Yes, this is one of my favorites of the year. It was cool to get that on Blu-ray, but 4K needs to happen on that one. All right, here's one that I talked about quite a bit, and it's Two Witches. This is probably in my top 5 of the year because I love this movie. I don't know. This movie was great. Shout out to Rebecca Kennedy and Uncle Frank Productions who did the artwork for this. This also has reversible cover art. You know, Arrow, they do it big. Loads of bonus features. This movie was so great, like I mentioned before, that I watched all the bonus features in this. It comes with this cool poster and booklet. Like, this movie is crazy. Look at this. It has a lot of shit that you could go. Look at more artwork that's so cool. Two Witches. If y'all haven't seen this, y'all need to check this out. And let me know what y'all think, because I want to talk about it. Two Witches. All right. Moving on to another favorite of the year is Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. This movie has everything, literally. So this movie is like a multiverse of everything. This is like the king of multiverses. This movie was so good. It had Jamie Lee Curtis. She was a lot better in this than she was in Halloween Ends. Yeah. And And this movie's great. I don't know. So I like this slipcover edition. This was only at Walmart. It was limited edition to Walmart with all the little googly eyes. And yeah, this movie's great. It makes you think. It has a story. There's a lot of action. There's some comedy. A little of everything. Everything, everywhere, all at once. A24, they did their thing with this. And they did their thing too. It's 4K. Like, come on, why didn't X get that? Ain't that A24? I think so. But yeah, this one's great. All right, so this next one is a release that I was happy got a 4K release this year, and it is I Know What You Did Last Summer. This was great. I love, love, love this movie. I watch it every fucking year. Sarah Michelle Gellar arguably has the best chase scene in all of slashers in modern history. Fight me. It's real. It's right. And And this movie is great. It has an awful final girl. I don't like Julie James. She's, you know, she has nice titties, I guess. But besides that, I mean, I got better hair. Yes, so I think this movie is amazing, though. Jokes aside, Ryan Phillippe and everyone did great in this movie. Freddie Prinze Jr., all of them. So Sarah Michelle Gellar was my icon in this. Every time I watch this, I'm like, oh my god, I love her. But yeah, she filmed this while doing Buffy season 2. I think she was busy. Did Scream 2 right after. She a hard worker. You catch her on the Wolfpack that's hitting Paramount Plus soon. But yes, also happy it's got a 4K release. I'm hoping part 2 does. I want to see my Brandy in 4K too. But yeah, 25th anniversary. All right, so this one was a favorite of mine as well. But just this week, we did get a teaser for Halloween. I'm sorry, fuck, scratch that. Evil Dead Rise. Yes. So I want to talk about Evil Dead, the 4K release that dropped from Scream Factory this year that has the unrated and theatrical cut. So this is awesome. I feel like Evil Dead this remake was pretty solid. It's how you do a remake. And I got the Target exclusive a few years ago, back when Target had the Steelbook. And I'm bummed I opened this. I don't know. But yeah, this is the Steelbook from Target. And I'm thinking of putting the 4K release in this. But yeah, I know this Steelbook's kind of rare now, but Target did have this along, like when this first was released. And I'm glad Scream Factory updated it to 4K. So the 4K release does have the 4K thing here. I don't think they did like a reversible. Yeah, they didn't. It's just white. But I guess this is just the main cover. So yeah. But I mean, this was great. I love this movie. Gory, fun, and they reinvented it in a way that was perfect in my opinion. They didn't like take away or try to like copy everything. They amplified the Evil Dead, which Evil Dead is iconic. If you guys have consoles or PC, you should play the game. The game is pretty fun too. Evil Dead the game. Shout out to that. But yeah, that was a solid release. I'm glad I got that in my collection. All right, moving on. Top Gun Maverick. Okay, I know all y'all got this shit in y'all top 10s. Y'all all talked about Top Gun. I didn't want to have to put this in my top, but girl, I'm rolling with the punk shiz, but I like this movie too. I ain't into Top Gun. I ain't into airplanes. I ain't into flying. So the first one sucked, in my opinion. I was very bored. I watched it before this one. I didn't. But I mean, it was probably good down in the 80s, 70s, 60s, whenever that movie came out. But when this one came out, I went to see it in D-Box, and it was an experience. The rumbling seats, the story, it's very eventful. And Tom Cruise did his thing with his 60-year-old ass. He old. I didn't know he was that old because he got money. That's probably what it is. Or maybe it's that Scientology shit. Maybe I should join and maybe I look young. I don't know. But Top Gun, Tom Cruise, you did your thing. Top Gun Maverick. I got the Steelbook. Yeah, that was that. That's just for the for y'all because all y'all talk about it. All right, and my favorite of the year. That's it. That's all. I don't care. It's mine. Is Scream. Scream 5. Scream 2022. The requel. Scream. Okay, so there's a lot of great films this year, and again, I talk about that in the Overlook Hour. And stay tuned because this Friday I will be on Mega Movie Mike's stream where we're talking about our 5 films theatrically. Stay tuned for that because I'm gonna go in depth even further. But Scream for me. I can't pick anything else. I've watched this movie at least 6 or 7 times since its release. This came out January 14th, 2022. The Blu-ray came out like a couple months after that. And I don't know, I love Scream. This reinvented it in a cool way. And it has to be on my top list because everything else that came out the year I didn't watch that much. I didn't talk about it that much. Like all year, what did y'all hear me talk about? Thank you. All right, so Scream, and this is the Steelbook release in 4K. I also have the regular one, and I'm looking forward to Scream 6, y'all. All right. So that's my favorites of 2022. There's a lot more, but these ones stood out to me a lot, and they meant something to me, and I really enjoyed those. All right, guys, we're getting into some movies, all right? So this past week, a couple weeks ago, actually, December 20th, there's a Scream fan film that dropped, and it's from Killjoy Jake. So check out his YouTube, Killjoy Jake, on Instagram, Killjoy_Jake. I think he wanted some followers, he said in his post. Anyway, so check out his movie called Red Right Hand. If you know what, if you know, you know. You know Scream, that little notorious song from the original is Red Right Hand. You know I'm not going to sing it. But Red Right Hand is the name of this fan film, and it's very interesting. It's about a guy, Jamie. This is one thing I want to talk about. So all the characters in this movie, their names are names of the actors from the original film. Like the final girl name is Drew. So Drew Barrymore. Jamie Kennedy, who played Randy. So it's kind of interesting. I caught these little things, right? So basically it opens up between this guy. He's showing his friend. It's like very found footage. Like they're like he's recording this. So he's showing his friend the Stab movie. I think Stab 8. And how much he hates it. If y'all seen Scream 5, like I just talked about, y'all know Stab 8, nobody liked it. So this movie plays on the hate for Stab 8 and how the killer wants to recreate and come up with a better film. So it goes off the killer's point of view. So it's kind of interesting to see a Scream movie from the killer's point of view. So the killer is like the main character per se. And he is recording his killings and he's with another guy, and like, oh, we're gonna set this up. You're gonna kill these people and make a better Stab movie. So it follows him and his group of friends, and they don't know he's the killer. Obviously, he makes the phone calls, and it's pretty interesting to watch. It's an hour and 15 minutes. It's a really quick watch. I enjoyed it. It's support indie horror, and I don't know. There's a lot of things that stood out to me. All right, so no tea, no shade. But when I was watching this, like, why does every fucking actor in this movie wear horror shirts? Like, I get it. This is a horror movie, but do you have to throw that in our face? I don't know. And the reason I bring that up is because it's really odd. Because I did a short film called Unleashed. It's like a kind of like a found footage film. With my friends a few years back, and I did the same thing. So that's why I was thinking in my head, I was like, I didn't, in the moment, I didn't get that vibe, like, oh, hey, this is gonna look weird. Like, why am I wearing a horror shirt and I'm doing a horror movie? Like, we get it. You like horror, you're in a movie. Anyways, so a lot of this just stood out to me. I seen like Night of Living Dead hats and Gremlin shirts and fucking. Oh, one bitch that was in the movie, she had on the Bloody Mary shirt from Spencer's, 2 for 20. I got that shirt too. She was wearing it and rocking it. It looked better on her, but I mean, it was interesting. So it's just like, oh, watching that. I don't know if y'all feel the same, but it was just really interesting to me that everyone was wearing like these horror shirts to just prove to people that, oh, we're horror fans. Whatever. So yeah, so that was that, and I don't know. Overall, while this is all happening, the twist of it all is there's a red ghost face, the Red Devil ghost face. Your local spirit store had it this year because I got me one. He is doing killings too, but we don't know who that is. So we know the main killer, but there's a second killer that the main killer don't know of because that killer is the top dog. He red. He's taking over his shine. So he's like, oh, he's all over the headlines, and this killer's not. So they're gonna go head to head at the end. I'm not gonna spoil who the killer is, but you gotta watch it. And it was very interesting. Another thing that was interesting, one of the main characters, like in their final moments, the main girl, Drew, she had on Laurie Strode's outfit. You know, the one that Jamie Lee Curtis dusted off for the Halloween Ends finale, that blue shirt and then blue jeans that she tucked into them jeans, trying to look like she was 17 again. That was a good movie, though. Check it out. 17 again. Tia and Tamara. Anyway, so I couldn't believe it that she wore that same outfit. So there's a lot of nods to horror films, which is so cool as a horror fan to catch all these things. There's a lot more. But I'm not going to bore y'all with all this because I want y'all to watch it. So go check it out on Killjoy Jake's YouTube channel called Red Right Hand. All right, guys, so the next one I want to talk about is one that I did not like. It's poorly executed, pretty boring. It has a Disturbia presence, and it's called Girl at the Window. So this just released this past week as well, and it stars Radha Mitchell. She was in a movie I just talked about, Devil's Workshop, a few weeks ago. She's cool usually, but in this movie she's boring as hell. She plays a mother of a young girl, and I guess their dad died, and this little girl keeps being traumatized by it. I guess because it's her fault. Her and her dad were out fishing or catching birds or something. I don't know. They were in the trees, and they were just sitting there like, oh, he told her to keep watch, and the bitch wasn't watching, and he fell into a hole. And instead of her trying to help him, she just goes, oh, and then he just falls in the hole and dies. That's her fault, you dumb bitch. And then after that happened, she just has all this PTSD. So they move away to this new place, and across the street, she's just so nosy. She'd be looking out the window at all these people, and she happens to see this guy that drives this van and just at all times of night, and she knows these white people. Anyway, so she was just looking, and they didn't have no blinds in their windows. You know how they do. They don't. But anyway, so that happened. So while this is all happening, they find out that there's a killer on the loose killing young women. So as she's looking out this window, she sees a body or something being thrown in this truck. So she's trying to tell everybody, oh, hey, the guy next door is the killer. Very, what's that vampire movie? It's very Fright Night. Y'all seen that? Very Disturbia Fright Night, where nobody believes these characters that this person across the street is a villain. Well, basically, this takes a turn because he started killing and chopping up all these bitches. The best friend that was trying to get some dick, she came over and she was like, oh, why are you just here in the window? And then she was like, asking her to help her because no one else would listen to her. She sends her over there and the killer go get her. And then what he do is he drills holes in your head, or he cuts your under your eyes. He take your eyeballs out. He a weird one. He very Jeepers Creepers. I don't know if the director took something from him. I don't know. Hopefully he didn't touch little boys. But this movie was kind of boring. I don't know. Basically, the girl thought it was this one dude and she gets him killed. Oh, I'm spoiling it. Spoiler alert. Anyway, she got the man that she thought was the killer killed, and he wasn't even the killer. Dumb bitch. And then the real killer was the guy trying to go out on a date with the bitch. Could you believe it? I couldn't believe it. She got the wrong one. And then the mom was no help. Why did the mom even in the movie? The bitch, all she say is go to bed, lock the door, get kidnapped, and the movie over. Bitch was weak. I don't recommend it. 2 stars. All right, moving on. So the next movie I want to talk about is one that I actually did like. Check it out on HBO Max, and this is a surprise. I'm not spoiling this one. Y'all watching it. So go to HBO Max and type in Adult Swim Yule Log. And you're going to see a traditional log, like it's Christmas. And it's a Christmas movie, I guess. It's a log with some fire. And apparently, it's almost found footage. It's like found footage, kind of. Like this, it's just a camera, like what's watching me. And it's just a fire. You know, people watch that. I don't know why, but I get it. I guess if you don't have a fireplace, you put that on and you pretend. Put a heater on. You got a fireplace. Anyway, so that movie it plays off like that, but there's a lot of shit happening in this Airbnb/cabin. Very barbarian. So you have this couple, Miss Zoe and her man Alex, and they come in. I guess he tried to propose to her. That happens. The beginning opens up with the girl saying, I guess these people coming to the door. You don't see it at the beginning. I don't want to spoil this too much. Basically, these people come to the door. A lot of shit happens, and bitches be dying. I don't want to spoil this. Anyways, there's a log. The log is crazy. There's a lot of things that happen. A lot of weird shit happens. It's fun. Let me just tell you. It's fun. It's crazy. I think I'll spoil it in the next episode. But this movie's great. Watch it. Different characters come in. You get a group of people. There's a guy who gets high, and they see little people. I've been there. And then you see this one girl trying to take this guy's man. You got one girl who's obsessed with Asians. And you have the main character. I liked her. She was good. And then the boyfriend, I didn't like him very much. And then you had some gross people. You had a guy with a weird mask that was trying to get his dick sucked. Watch it. It's great. It's amazing. Check it out. Yule Log on HBO Max. All right. So I watched a lot of movies, guys. We'll get into it. The last one I want to talk about is Lullaby. All right. So this isn't for the faint of heart. So if you guys have babies, or you guys are like very people who don't like to see babies get killed, don't watch it, because the first 3 minutes a baby gets chopped the hell up. So it opens up with a little gremlin just crawling up on the little thing and just kills the baby, right? And then it has this family that moves into this home, and they get all these little packages. They're so happy. Ooh, we got a newborn. They're just so happy. I'm happy for them. They got the little baby. Anyway, so they get this baby, and they get this weird book that's in Hindu or Arabic or some type of language that I don't know and don't care to even find out. And I would never read this book. If I can't read it, bitch, I'm not reading it. This is they gotta dust it off. You know there's some ancient spirits in this, but we wouldn't have a movie. So they get the dad knows how to read it, so he's like, oh, maybe I'll read this too. He hums it, so she starts learning it, and like, okay, we'll just put this away, right? And this package came, I guess, from somebody, I don't know, but later in the movie, it says 6 months later. Oh, before he hit the 6 months, they're like, oh, we could take care of our baby. This seems so easy. It's just sleeping all the time, eating and farting. So it's great. So then 6 months later, they just can't get it right. He late for work. She looked disheveled. They ain't been fucking. It's just a whole fucking mess. So they're like, oh, what do we get ourselves into? The baby just crying. All right, so they pull out that book because she's like, let's just do this lullaby. Maybe it'll put this nigga to sleep. And she pulled out this lullaby. She goes, she does the song, right? And then weird shit starts happening. There's this weird, she sees this old, nasty looking, witch looking woman, and she be trying to comfort her. There's little gremlin babies watching the baby. The baby's still crying. It ain't work. It worked like 1 or 2 days. And then twisted shit start happening. The sister who I guess she killed her husband or some shit. She went crazy, lost her baby. She back. I don't know why she came back. I don't know how people get away with murder, obviously. So she come back, and it come to find out, on spoiler alert, that stupid ass sister is the one that set up her sister. How you gonna set up your sister? This ain't no sister. Why you? The reason why she set her up is because she wanted to call upon that demon, so that demon could get the baby, so she could have it. She made a deal with the devil. Could you believe it? She prayed to the devil. We're gonna get into that soon. Prayed to the devil. So this bitch, she literally called upon it to steal her baby, because her baby dead, and the demon got it. So they had a big ass cat fight. These two bitches fighting for their babies. Y'all sisters, that's your nephew. Why you want to steal your nephew from your sister? Anyway, so they be fighting, and you think they won. You got the dad coming. You know the dad's always late. Why the nigga always show up late? What was he doing? Like, she called you. Where are you? Hello? Come help the bitch. It always happens. It happened in bed rest. You know, the choke a ghost. Anyway, so this is very bed rest. You can't choke a ghost. But this is the same shit. There was ghosts. That demon ass ghost. How you gonna fight a ghost? All right, anyway, she got the baby back, and then come to find out it ain't the right baby, y'all. It ain't the right baby. She got the wrong baby. The other baby in the hell dimension somewhere down there with the auntie. The auntie down there, too. I spoiled it. So, anyways, y'all can skip past that. That's a stupid movie. Ain't that good. I saved you a watch. But anyway, so at the end of the movie, ain't that crazy? Is this family, they just all Mission Impossibled out. They brought that book to another family. They're trying to get that baby back. So they got the book, and they're going to do it again. So it might be a sequel. It should go straight to Tubi because that shit was garbage. All right, moving on. Speaking of Tubi, it's Terrell time. What is it called? Terrell's Tubi time. All right, we're getting into it, you guys. So on New Year's Eve, ain't this crazy? We just saw Terror Train back in October, and there already is a sequel. Terror Train 2 dropped on your local Tubi. It's amazing, right? So we talked about Terror Train, the first one. It's a remake of the original. It stars Elena. She's the main character. She's back. She has extreme PTSD. Oh my God, this bitch every 2 seconds, I can't go back on the train. Oh, what happened last year? Okay, bitch, you got your hair, did your makeup look good? You don't look that distressed to me. You look too good to be distressed. Anyways, her best friend, apparently this friend that she just met a year ago, suspect, this blonde bitch, she's talking about, you have to go back on this train. All right, let's go. There's supposed to be a New Year's Eve party again, and all the survivors, I don't know why all y'all are coming back, but all y'all survivors obviously don't give a fuck about what happened last year. All your friends got chopped the fuck up. Y'all going back on this same train to go up and down the lines. The magician's back, the hoe is back, the one I forgot. I didn't even know. I thought she had died in the first one. When I seen her, I'm like, did she just come back to life? Is this Night of the Living Dead? I don't know, but she's back. A lot of characters are back. I didn't even remember them from the first one. I thought more people died in the first one, but they didn't. Jokes aside, I think this movie was a lot better than the first one. It had a lot of twists. There's this new app in this one where all these people who were like victimized or like survivor people, like almost like a Survivor horror, that book, the Survivor, what is that called? The Survivor horror book, whatever. It's like that. So all these people are back. There's this app for it. And then everyone beyond that, and then it's like suspect. Who's the killer? Who knows? So there's a new killer, and everyone's a suspect. Like, I was guessing on everybody, and the person that it ended up being, I did not think it would be. Spoiler alert! We're doing it again. So, this movie, it takes a Scream 4 turn. So if y'all have seen Scream 4, you know what I mean. The person I thought was the killer wasn't the killer. I was like, what the fuck? And one thing I do like about this, we're rewinding a little bit before we get into the spoilers. I liked how the main girl, Elena, she wore the white tank top. Y'all know about the white tank top in Final Girls? Like, all the Final Girls always wear that. Julie James had one. Elijah Dushku in Wrong Turn had one. This bitch, Elena, had one. And it was great. And it had, I like how this movie has little chase scenes. This movie was good. And it was from the makers of Slasher. Aaron Martin and Ian Carpenter, the writers of the Slasher series, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 on Shudder, Flesh and Blood. They're great. So they wrote this script for this sequel, and I could see what they did with this, and they're pulling a lot of things in. This one had a lot of twists, just like the first one, but I do think this one was a better film. Spoiler alert, the person who's the killer is very Jillish. Have y'all seen Scream 4? Of course you did. So Scream 4, Jill was the killer, and she wanted to kill because she wanted to be famous. There's a character in this movie that was so jealous of Elena. Elena has this PTSD, but she got a whole makeover for this sequel. But she has PTSD, and people are jealous of her. There's a character that's super jealous of her, and they want to be her. So they end up took it upon themselves to kill everybody to try to recreate it and become the star. Does that make sense? Crazy, right? And I loved it. That was a cool little twist. I'm not going to say exactly who it was, but when you watch it, you'll probably guess, right? But it's on Tubi, and I can't wait because I'm sure in like 2 months we're going to get Inevitable Part 3. And I can't wait to see where this goes. Lena will be back, and she's going to look a whole different person. Like me. But anyway, so Terror Train 2 was pretty solid, you guys, and I highly recommend checking that out on Tubi. And they're coming with it. They're coming with all these sequels. Stepmother 2. I don't know. Oh, I want to see a Shark Night of the Moon 2. That would be great. Because at the end of that movie, when that shark baby came out that girl pussy, they need a sequel to that. I want to see what happens when that shit grow up. Is it going to have hands and legs like a real person, not fins? I don't know. But we got to see. All right, guys. So there's this movie on Tubi that I want to watch, and I need your help. So if you guys can please help me in the comments, and on Instagram, wherever y'all gotta do, because it's all over TikTok. It is, I looked all through the comments and I could not find what this movie is. It's not a good movie, it's on Tubi, but this movie looks insane. So let me tell you, the clip I seen, I can't believe it, this clip. So it's a man, this buff man, he's a big man, right? He has a gun, like it's a very gangster movie, but it's super low budget. Looks like I could have filmed that on my phone. Anyway, so it's him with a gun, and you got this big black girl. She walking down the stairs in this like some booty shorts and this black tank top. Okay, so look this up, and she walking down the stairs with a knife, very Michaela Myers, and she looking at him, and he shoots her. She go like this. And she dodges bullets like that. Could you believe how you dodge? She was dodging like she Terminator, but she literally moved just like this, slow. And I'm like, what the hell? There was no bullet holes in the back wall of her, no bullet holes anywhere on the stairs. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? So she starts chasing him. She chases him. Mind you, it's a big black man with a gun, and she got a little Michaela Myers knife, and she chasing him through the kitchen, and she is tiptoeing. She tiptoed like this. I could not believe my eyes. Y'all help me. I want to watch this. This looks crazy. I don't know what this is. I don't know what the movie is. I looked all through the comments. Everyone, no one can help me. They just said it's on Tubi. It's a Tubi original. Help me find it. But it's with a man with a gun being chased by a smaller girl with a knife. And she dipping and dodging bullets, very slow motion. You thought it was The Matrix, the urban edition. But anyways, if y'all can find that, let me know because I want to watch it. We gotta review that one. All right, guys. Moving on. So, for this week's releases that I picked up, let's talk about it. So, the first release I got, now this took forever. So this released a few weeks ago, Train to Busan. I ordered this online, it got back ordered, they lost my order, and I had to like reach out and say, hey, where's my order? It says, oh, it was out for delivery, but the shit lost. But I love this movie. It's in 4K. It was just released this past couple weeks ago from Well Go USA, and I don't know. I think everyone should watch this if you haven't already. I know they had other cool editions. They had steelbooks that were released for this, other Blu-ray editions, but I had to watch this in 4K. It might be streaming, I think maybe HBO Max. I think HBO Max is also trying to reboot this for the American audience. I don't know why that's needed because this is perfect the way it is. And even Peninsula was pretty solid, the sequel to this movie, Peninsula. But yeah, Train to Busan, must own. I really like this movie. Check that one out. All right, another one that I talked about last week that I never arrived was Halloween Ends. So, I talked about this a lot. I actually enjoyed this movie, Team Corey. I understood, Halloween Kills, you got all the kills. Halloween Ends, you just got a whole different story. They took this to a place that a lot of people did not like. As a standalone movie, I thought this was solid. As an end to a trilogy, it was not it. So, I get where y'all confusions are and your frustrations, but I'm glad to have this. I'm a completist. I own all the Best Buy exclusive steelbooks, and I'm excited to have this in the collection. All right, Halloween Ends. All right, I'm glad that ended. All right, y'all ready for more Michael? Because I ain't. I'm Michaeled out. All these movies, I talked about Michael so much last year, it's not even funny. Like, literally, all month, all year. So anyway, I'm glad Halloween has ended. The movies, and I'm sure it'll be rebooted in the next couple of years anyway. But anyways, all right, next up, I want to talk about these awesome editions. Look at this. Terrifier 2. These are the 3 editions. I love all 3 of them. I don't know which one I like the most. So this is arguably probably in my top of the year as well. I love this steelbook. Amazing. Terrifier 2. This is the Walmart exclusive, and I think I talked about this one last week, but this is amazing. The next one up is the Scream. I talked about this one too. This one is the one I liked because it has the spine here from Screambox and has the number 2. This is the Amazon exclusive. The inside here has the artwork that's the same artwork from the steelbook, so you get 2 different covers. And Best Buy put out an exclusive 4K release where it has a 4K with the split artwork. A lot of people do love this edition. And it's kind of cool. You can see Art the Clown in 4K. So they'll have behind-the-scenes featurettes, fan art, director's commentary, which I do want to listen to, and extended interviews. So Terrifier, this movie it went above and beyond. Like, it's more art, more gore, more kills. People were sick. I don't know if it's this new generation. Y'all ain't seen good movies or movies from the 80s, 60s, 70s, where there was a lot of gore, gross shit that was happening. And this movie apparently a lot of people were throwing up and shit. I don't know. I guess I'm immune to this stuff because it didn't happen to me. But I mean, I get it, I guess. But this movie was supposed to be in theaters for like 2 days. This shit ended up being in theaters for 2 months. So Damien, kudos to you. You got your coin. And I can't wait for part 3. I'm sure you're doing it. You got money. You could do like 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7 with that money you got for this movie. And I can't wait. I'm ready for it. Art the Clown. All right. Next up, guys, is one that I ain't seen. And y'all is just bashing on the internet, and it's Black Adam. I don't know if this movie destroyed Superman because Henry Cavill himself was, I guess, apparently, I got spoiled. He and the cliff notes of this movie, what is it at the end of the movie, the little side ending that they try to copy Marvel with. Anyways, Superman's in it, Henry Cavill, because they did sign him on just to be back as Superman, and he quit the Witcher series on Netflix, and then they fired his ass again. How the fuck you gonna hire him and then fire him, and now he lost out on everything? Y'all fucked up for that, DC. But anyways, Black Adam's getting not that great reviews. I think it's on HBO Max if you guys do not want to spend your coin. But I got this edition. Target had an exclusive with these art cards. It was very basic of a cover. Best Buy had a steelbook, another basic cover. But I'm not, I'm over the steelbooks. I want to get the ones I like. And then I like this cover the best. And yeah, I ain't seen the movie enough to get to be, to this. Dwayne Johnson, all his movies the same. He in Fast and Furious, he in Jumanji. They all the same. They all blend together. What's the other one when he climbing up the building? What's that called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He in that, and he jumping off shit. What's the movie when the world is ending? Oh, they're all the same. Anyway, so he in this, he trying to be a superhero again, but he just in a black suit. So, Black Adam. I don't know. I think a lot of people I've heard mixed reviews on this. I don't know for myself yet because I haven't watched it, but I will definitely check it out. I like superhero movies. This seems pretty solid, and I'm looking forward to it. But the movie of the hour. Pray for the Devil. All right, y'all, when I originally saw this, Pray to the Devil, I prayed to the devil that this shit would end. Because this shit was not it. Like, this movie, for me, okay, so this is the 4K release from Lionsgate. A lot of people I've been seeing on the internet like this. So I want to know why, just in the comments, please. Because this had January release written all over it. And this was supposed to come out January 2020. I believe, or 2019. I don't know, it kept getting pushed back, and then COVID happened, got pushed back again. They probably reshot stuff, they got pushed back, and then it was released in October. So released in October to, cash in at that Halloween time to get the money that they claimed that they had lost. And I don't know. This movie is so odd to me. So basically it's about this girl. She wants to be an exorcist, but I guess she can't join the Bad Boys Club because all of them it's all boys alliance. They can't have no females in there to learn how to do exorcisms. And she's also fighting with trauma from her mother. You see all this hair going into her mouth? It says it wants in. She's traumatized by hair. She had hair coming out her eyeballs. Like they had to pull out, the ring, the hair coming out. She had that. She had weird shit happen to her. And then there's this spoiler alert. There's this girl she has to take care of, and I guess it's her daughter who's possessed. And then basically demons jumping from body to body to get to her. Because when she was younger, she keeps having these flashbacks to her fucking mother who keeps doing this to her hair. Like that. Ain't that sound bad? Like that. It ain't cute. It's just fucking up her hair like this. It goes harder and harder. And she bamming on her walls and shit. Like, it's crazy. But that's what this is. So, check it out. It's called Pray for the Devil. And again, I prayed for this to end, and it didn't. It was too long, and it had that weird ass CGI ending with the monster talking about, "Oh boo, I got you." It was weird. Anyway, so she had to fight off the demon. It has all forgettable characters. I don't remember anybody in this but the main girl. That's why I keep forgetting. I think she had this Latino priest guy that tried to help her. I don't know if he was Catholic, because I was scared for him to be around that little girl. But and I do remember this other old man. He was like, "You can't be in here with the Bad Boys Club," basically. And all this stuff, I don't know. If y'all like this movie, let me know. It's a very January movie written all over it. It's very forgettable because I hella forgot. All I remember is this, like that sound when you all in that hair. And yeah, Pray for the Devil. It's a cool release. Let me just tell you. This is a cool, I fucked up my hair. So this is a really cool release because it has this beautiful slipcover. So, I like when movies are just so bad that they have to amplify their Blu-ray. So their 4K release has a beautiful slipcover. It has a lot of bonus features for a bad movie. Well, I guess it got pushed back long enough that you got a lot of content. So anyways, Lullaby of Terror featurette, Speak No Evil, A Real Exorcist, and Church Psychologist. Oh, wow, I might have to watch. Oh, that might be interesting. It's a real exorcist and church psychologist discuss a possession. A real possession? I don't know. Anyway, so they have a cast read. Like, who cares about that? The movie's boring enough. And it has the devil's tricks, visual effects that they use. It looked very CGI to me, so I don't know how they're going to trick me into saying that it was practical. Anyway, so possession, creating the prey for the devil. So that's all that's in this movie. Digital copy and Blu-ray. I think I talked about this a lot more than I needed to, so that's that. But I just want to say Happy New Year once again. Thank you guys for watching my crazy ass talk about these movies for all this time. And I hope you like my new look. Tell me what y'all think. But also, catch me on the Overlook Hour this week, episode 397. So cool. We're almost to 400. Oh, and thank you for the subscribers, you guys. We reached 400 subscribers this past week, going into the new year at 400 subscribers. I love it. Thank you, all of you guys who have subscribed. I don't even care if you subscribe. Just watch the videos and tell me what y'all think. I hope y'all like it. And I like all the messages I'm getting. And it's a new year. Stay tuned. We got a lot of shit coming up. All right, guys. Bye. Oh, watch Megan. We're going to talk about it. Bye. Okay, we'll do this. All right. I'm going to put this here. You, that beard. I hope you get that burp out now while behind the scenes belching, girl. Okay. All right.